Hello everybody, my name is Andrew and welcome to this video. So today's video is going to be going over a story of creepypastas, but this is my personal story with a bad dream. I'm going to be watching also, after this video I'm going to be watching a possible ghost caught on my CCTV cameras. I've later today or later than normal. But going on to my experiences with a dream most people called pulled under the covers or pulled under the bed. Of course, this is around the time I was 6 years old. I've literally just had something to eat. It's like late afternoon, early evening. I was sitting down watching Winnie the Pooh at the time when it was on in my old flat. Sorry, it's got something stuck in my nose. I don't have any tissue at the moment, so that's gonna really bug me. But anyway, as I was saying, around about 6, watching Winnie the Pooh. Well, just before watching Winnie the Pooh, my brother decides to share with me one of his creepy stories that he found on the internet. It had to be around I was 6, come on. He was older than me at the time, so he had access to the internet before I did. But anyway, moving on. Sorry, nose is being itchy. But yeah, anyway, moving on from that. So of course, he tells me a scary story. I cannot remember the story very well, but it's one of those ones that I do not want to hear again at the age of 6. But anyway, after that I decided to watch Winnie the Pooh, but I fell asleep at the end of it. So my darling mother decided to pick me up and put me to bed. At the time, me and my brother were sharing a bunk bed, so when I went to sleep, he went to sleep. But of course, we had a few other beds as well. Another bunk bed and a single bed because of Tom, Charlie and Martin at the time. But moving on. Yeah, moving on quickly. Yeah. So in the dream, that I can actually remember quite extensively for some reason, I don't know why. But in the dream, I was prancing around the sorts of areas of Winnie the Pooh. Because that's what 6-year-olds dream of, really. It's prancing and Winnie the Pooh. I'm sorry, but Winnie the Pooh at the time, I adored it. But yeah, of course, prancing around the Winnie the Pooh sort of world, as people would say. I regret listening to my brother's story, honestly. But, of course, at the time I thought nothing of it, but now I've looked back at it, I was completely terrified. Well, like, because you sleep from 8 hours, and this was on a Saturday night, so I didn't have school. Well, sorry, a Friday night going into Saturday morning, I didn't have school, so yay, me. But anyway, prancing around, I bump into Tigger, of course, but not his usual self. Tigger seems overly upset, like Eeyore. Then I bump into Pooh Bear, who's there with Tigger and the rest of the crew. All around Eeyore, who looks like... At this point, I started shuffling in my bed. Like, what the Okay, I didn't say this is when I was young, but this is what I would have personally said. What the fuck is going on? But yeah, so of course, thinking none of it, I thought Eeyore's probably asleep. But then I push through the crowd to look at Eeyore, the shotgun. I'm sorry to anybody younger than me that's listening to this at the moment. But Eeyore was there, with his head blown to smithereens, with a shotgun lying there, and Christopher Robin was there, kneeling, laughing his little crazy ass off. Of course, me being the 6-year-old, I started to cry in my sleep. But it was dead quiet at the time. It was like, no, Eeyore, why? That's what I was saying in my head. No, 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 this can't be real. Then all of them looked directly at me, with these crazy looks in their eyes, like they want to kill me. So I started running, as fast as my little 6-year-old legs could take me. No joke, at the age of 6 I could run pretty fast. It's lucky for my age. But still, I started running. I found Pooh's cave, so I dived into that, barricaded the door, or the sort of hole, with whatever I could find. So, the bookshelf that was in his room, the mirror and all that sort of stuff. And after I barricaded it, all I heard was thud, thud, thud on the back of the sort of shelf in unit and all that sort of stuff. I was terrified as a 6-year-old. But then I heard pat, 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 like something was coming from Pooh Bear's mirror. Of course, as a 6-year-old and your imagination is a bit all over the place, I got curious, so I looked in the mirror. It's, well, I cannot remember the name that it gave me, but it was something to do with Eeyore. I can't remember what the official name he gave me, but he told me to jump in the mirror and follow him. Of course, because it looked like Eeyore, it sounded like Eeyore, and all that, I decided to follow on. Going with this Eeyore character, as I've followed him, it's the sort of stairway to heaven type idea. So apparently I've passed out from noxious gases, and I'm apparently going to the stairway of heaven. Of course, as I get to the gateway, Eeyore goes through, I go through, and but then I woke up, crying, screaming. My mother and father were there, just panicking, something chronic. No joke, my face was covered in tears, my pillow was soaked from crying so much. I woke up in a cold sweat at the age of 6. That's something you didn't expect as a 6-year-old. But they were panicking, they said, what's wrong? And I explained to them the story. And then they had a go at my brother. Tom and Charlie finally walked in afterwards, asking what's gone on. Tom and Charlie then started talking to Ryan, asking what's going on. Where's mom and dad at the time. This was when I was 6, so I can't really remember much of the detail of what they were saying. But I can remember Tom walking into me, giving me a massive hug, and he said, "Come on, little bro, let's go to the shop and buy you some chocolate." At the time I was happy. At that time I was finally happy. I was getting fucking chocolate. I I said, yay, and just went with him, going down to the local shop to get me a bar of chocolate. No joke, I was happy as can be. Anybody said chocolate, I was happy. Anybody said anything to do with chocolate, I was always happy, especially when I was 6. But that was the dream that I regret having. My brother got a really, really bad smack to the head, I remember, and a few other things I cannot remember. My dad yelled at him, my mother yelled at him, my mother smacked him on the back of the head. Not very hard though, just like a sort of that. Basically like a love tap, as people say. Like motherly love. But love's hard sometimes, trust me, I know. But anyway, that was the dream. But this story, if it does get published, I'm the original owner of it, so you'll have to link me to it. It's the original story. But this is literally the one thing I regret. And that strand of hair is pissing me off. But if I was going to make this into a creepypasta story, I would officially call it. That's a good question. What would I call the dream that I had? I'll let you guys in the comment section below ask questions about why, what, and how. But I'll let you guys decide on the name. And whoever gets the name, well, whoever comes up with the best name on the 20th of February 2017, basically my birthday, they will get a shout out, and yeah, a shout out. And if possible, if they live close to the Walsall town centre, they can come and meet me at the Old Square. In the daytime, of course, because the night I'm not going to be at my home. I'm going to be at Shan's, having a bit of a party. Yes, I've said this in multiple videos. I will be having an alcoholic beverage, but I am with friends and family, so I'm really not in any danger. And I do advise this to you lot. If you are under the age of 18, please do not drink without a parent or guardian near you. If you are under the age of 18, you should not be drinking. But if you have a parent or guardian on a special occasion, like Christmas, wedding, birthdays, then you legally can, but you have to have a parent or guardian with you. Since it's my sweet 16th, I legally can. Sorry, hiccups and burping. There we go. But since it's my sweet 16th, I am legally going to be having a bit of a drink. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe and all that stuff. And I'll see you lads and lasses in the next video. Ta-da! Farewell, DTFN. Ta-ta for now.